Hello guys, welcome to Ashley Lansdowne Show. This is gonna be a review for the Black Panther I watched about 2-3 days ago at the Century Theater. Watched it with my mom, and it was very interesting. But we're gonna do non-spoiler free for the first couple minutes and spoilers for another couple minutes. When this posters move to the right, as so, are gonna be spoilers. So right now we go to the left. I'm not gonna be all right, or I see it as my left on my screen. So that will be no spoiler free. So far, this movie is Black Panther's been around since 1966 in the comics. Usually, Wakanda is a make believe area, and usually it's really technologically more advanced than everything else to on everyone catching up. And Wakanda is very known to have two things: the time gem of the Infinity Gauntlet. That's how they stay the way they preserve. Also, you see the Marvel's Capcom as well. And the second one is vibranium. Lots of vibranium. Like one guy vibranium just says about $10,000 US dollars. So that's a lot. And basically, they modernized it a lot. How they do it, they redid I forgot that plant name was called that usually can digest it, but it's actually you rub it on the skin ointment. That's how not everyone can be the Black Panther and everything. Variant comic actually did a very good talk about the Black Panther in the comics, which comics you should look for as well. Personally, for me, I'm not really big Black Panther fan. I am not really big on a lot of the Avengers characters. I have very few likable Marvel characters and DC characters. The majority of them are villains. But yes, I'm a huge Marvel fan, but I'm not really a huge Marvel superhero fan. I'm a huge villain fan. You can say that. If you guys want to know more about that, let me know down in the comments below. It's a very colorful movie. It's slow in the beginning, but it picks up. It goes into a more of cultural way of how society works. I think this movie is more political than it should be, but it is very political. I would say how the laws work, how they defy one another, how they keep tradition, keep the clans together, and the tribal mints and everything as well. I think it just became more of a political way. That's probably why I did not really enjoy the movie as much, but I do enjoy the fight scene, the cool gadgets they have, the hologram car you can drive, and so on and so forth. It's a good movie. It's not great, but it's good. But I'll probably get it on Blu-ray. My wife hasn't watched it. So yeah. And if you guys haven't watched it, if you guys want to spend $14 on a movie, you have to pick, and you want to use my decision. I will wait till Blu-ray or red box for this. I think Thor Ragnarok's a lot better. I know there's a lot of controversies on these as well. I know they beat the box office. I think at 260 billion, I believe, or somewhere around there. I really don't know. It's 26 billion, I believe, or 260 million. I don't know what the exact number is. I know that people say bad remark about this, that you're racist and stuff like that. I'm like, that does not make any sense at all. There's like DC lovers that hates Marvel. There's Marvel lovers that hates DC. I'm like in between. Like, I don't really care as long as it's a good movie. I know a lot of YouTubers likes it and praise it. For me, it's just that it got me all the hype and everything that I want, and so I go watch it. I'm like, great. I'm like, that's it. But I think this basically turned me off is the political sense of a lot more politics in this movie than any other Marvel movie that I've ever actually watched. But I haven't watched. But yes, it's good. The fight scene's good. I like the little jokes and cameos of it as well, especially Stan Lee taking casino chips away. But yeah, but it's a good movie. Not great. I think Thor Ragnarok was a lot better than the Black Panther Tell the Truth. But I can't wait to watch the Infinity War on May on my birthday. So hopefully that movie is good because I have high hopes for it. Because if that movie goes big and is good, I can sell some of my Infinity War comics that I have. But now we'll do spoilers. Spoilers. It's moving to my right. Oh my god, it's on my face. Come on, to the right. Black Panther. Oh, most of this setting is basically cousins. The fathers had a brother, and but he was spying in America in Oakland, and how Oakland is bad. It's not that bad as it was several years ago when I was living in San Leandro. San Leandro is right below Oakland, and usually in the border, that's when all the Crips and the Bloods are, fighting territories and killing each other as well. I live a little bit further away from it, but now it's gotten really bad in San Leandro's side because Oakland coming down. But Oakland's not really a bad place. I know a lot of good places in Oakland that is actually very fun and liking to go if you know where to go. Usually Jacqueline Square is great. It changed a lot. Instead of Spaghetti Factory. And Chinatown, divine. If you want good Chinese food, go Chinatown or Chinatown in San Francisco. Really good. But other than that, it's the weapons, how they shoot, all the weapons and the armors are made of weaved in with vibranium. They have things mountain that they mine. It's all vibranium. Arm cannon that they use. They use a sonic frequency to mine the vibranium, and it is just gorgeous. And it's like, and putting that, I don't know. I know the person. I have had extensive research in African cultures, how they relate to all these things in tribes and tribal wars as well. I'm not really big a history buff in the African or the European history. I'm more of a history buff in American and Asian countries. That I am more fond of Asian culture than an American culture. That's just me. They kept me more fascinated because I like their type of armors and weapons, and they have these stacks of rockets that shoots like 1,000, 2,000 arrows with just a couple of little paper mache and gunpowders and stuff. It is just it's very rich in history, and it is very cultural to that region. And I think a lot of the culture around there actually shows, what people do in real life, that they fight for war and power, and they have to set by these laws and examples. A lot of the I would like to get more in depth on how they actually able to make them invisible all these years and stuff, because I know in the comics they had an Infinity Stone in there, actually make them invisible from the world. But I know they didn't show the last piece of the Infinity Stone, but I probably say that in the war. But they have all these they're stopped by the technology that they have because they're using vibranium to trade, vibranium to use everything, technology, even power their own city. And now it's just, it's like they're competing against the world now. Iron Man has all these technological advances, and other country has their own technological advances. So everywhere in the world is catching up, and they're not becoming more relevant anymore. So they are now going to be sharing information technology one to another, like improve other societal and source life for one another. So I think it's a very good political sense and a good moral sense of the movie, but I think the political sense of the movie turned me down. I want to see him more in action and kicking ass. But the kinetic suit, it's new. That never was in the comics that I know of. It was very how it was very sciencey. How when you stop, when you hit, when you stop and you stay, potential energy, storing energy. Kinetic is energy that you use, move, action. So when you hit with kinetic energy, all the impact energy goes to the suit. How many times you get impacted, the suit is like potential energy. It stores that action energy to kinetic to potential energy. The potential energy got enough of the energy stored, it releases kinetic energy. So if you guys not much of a physicist, it's like taking physics and stuff like I used to do. We used to do a lot of physics in D&D back in the day, but we don't do that anymore because we don't like to geek it out and piss off people, especially DMs. But it is very interesting to see how science like progressive, how the old tradition and moving to a new tradition, one king to another king, and it is very interesting to see how it is. If you guys want to spend the money, go for it. I suggest wait till Blu-ray, then watch at home. I'm gonna buy this on Blu-ray. Also watch buying Thor Ragnarok on Blu-ray, and he's hitting out this March as well. Thought that movie was a lot better than the Black Panther, but there's a lot of controversies reviewing these movies, especially they think they're racist, all that stuff's like that's not the point. Is the movie good or not? Not everyone's going to like the same thing as you do. Not everyone's going to carry the same thing as. A lot of times, is you're going against Marvel fans against DC fans. So it's kind of dumb to see all these people like make huge controversies video about it as well. Well, let me know what you guys take of it as well, and I'll talk to you guys later. I'd like to see your comments, and anyhow, check out our links down below in the description, and I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day, guys.